Hello everyone, another chess game for you today on the road to 1500. I'm currently sitting at 1287. Let's see who we get. Okay, so we have a 1326. We have the white pieces. Act normal from Canada. Good luck. So black is thinking here, which is kind of interesting. Okay. So recently people have been playing this move in almost every game that I've played in London, I think. So we'll see what my opponent does here. Okay. I don't mind seeing that. Now, the engine might suggest this move. I'm not sure. To sort of save the bishop. But I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to stick with my normal plan. We'll check that after the game. See if the engine does in fact recommend that. Yeah, so black's just going for quick castling. So I think we can just continue with our normal plan. Okay. So I guess this might be a threat. But we can always just pull the bishop back here. Maybe go for b3 at some point. I don't think we want to take, so I think I'm just going to castle here. Hope everyone is well, enjoying your chess. If they take here, there might be an argument for developing the knight to this square. Okay. So I might not develop this knight right now. I want to see what black does here. I could consider this or knight in straight away. This is still an option as well, potentially. And normally when I play this move in these type of positions, the engine screams at me afterwards saying, this is a mistake. It's very difficult to know when to play this. And I guess if I play it now, I'd probably take with the bishop. Maybe this is a possibility as well, just to like try and prevent this idea. So I'm not sure what the best plan is here. I think I'm going to go for this. Okay, so now they're going after the bishop. So now I'm kind of tempted to play knight in, and if they take, we take back with the pawn, and then I think we're probably going to end up developing this knight here, maybe bring it over to replace the knight if necessary. Although, what happens if this move? I guess we have the option of taking the knight straight away. It's probably not good for black. So I think I'm going to throw this in. However, if they take here, and I take with the bishop, maybe they have this. No, but again, this knight's hanging, so we can always throw in, I think, taking of the knight. Okay. Queen here seems quite an appealing move as well, at some point. Okay, they're creating a weakness. In fact, okay, I might have messed up here. So I think, can I take this knight first? Might have to take this knight. Otherwise this pawn falls. Okay, so we do have a weakness now. So my opponent's playing well. Now they're targeting this. And this. Okay. So double attack. I don't think we can defend both. This is a slight problem. Okay, so my opponent, I'm not sure if this is a preparation or they know this position or similar positions, but they've managed to create some problems here. Quite big problems, I would say. This might in fact just be completely winning for black. So I want to take some time now, try and figure out the best approach. I'm thinking I want to move this bishop to defend this pawn, and then potentially allow this, and then play knight here, potentially, with this sort of idea. But I can't see a good square for the bishop. I guess maybe here. So I think I want to definitely want to protect this pawn. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go for this. So my opponent has put something in the chat. Not sure what it means. A little emoji. It's got a 5-minute timer on it. Okay. So now I think we want to move the knight, obviously. the knight might want to go this way, is the reality. But if we do that, we're not protecting this pawn, so this potentially loses another pawn. So I'm going to go here, just because, in fact, that hangs the knight. Oh dear, this is not good. Why did I do that? Yeah, to be a bit careful here, because don't know if any of this is working. Sense quite a big attack coming. My king's not very safe now. So back rank issues. But I've got to try something. It's kind of awkward to get my pieces into the game. So if I hadn't hung that knight, I think I would have an okay position, but so I should have played knight here, but that would have hung the pawn, I think, in a position. So yeah, it was just a bad position that I got myself into. So that idea that normally works, where you encourage the taking of the bishop on f4 and take back with the pawn, it has an issue. It depends. It's probably situational. So I need to get a bit better at that, I think. Understanding when certain things work and when they don't. This is why I'm doing this. It's like I never played the London system when I was playing classical chess. It's kind of only online that I've started playing it. And I've probably got a good 50 games under my belt with it now, but it's a constant process of learning. There's so many, after the first 5 moves even, there's so many different possibilities. So this is all good experience. okay. It's kind of surprising. I'm going to take here. And I might sack with either the bishop or the rook. So rook takes. We probably have to take. No, I think bishop takes is better. There's no immediate threat. I am in danger of getting back ranked, but let's go for this. See if I can maybe get a perpetual check or something like that. I mean, if they take with the pawn, I'm pretty sure that could be losing. Takes, takes. They have to go here, and then, you know, this is mate. So I don't think they can take that bishop. And they could be in trouble here. So there's a discovery coming. So I'm trying to figure out a good discovery. Okay, that's quite a clever move. Does this not win? That's a double check. Nice. So, kind of glad that I won that one. My opponent got a little bit overconfident there. They were saying stuff in the chat. You know, they were sort of posting ZZZ emojis, saying I was taking too much time. I mean, I've still got 8 minutes left. Why do you play 15-10 if you're going to complain about people using that amount of time? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm going to give them a thumbs down, whatever that means. But they did play well. They got an advantage. And they just blundered towards the end, I think. So, if we look at the game review, we can see that I had 82.2% accuracy, my opponent had 77.7%. I actually had 0 blunders. I'm surprised at that, because I gave up a piece at one point. So how's that not a blunder? Not sure. I had 2 mistakes. My opponent had 1 blunder. I played like an 1850, my opponent like a 1600. So let's jump in. Put it on this view. So yeah, where did I go wrong? Wow, this is all book. That's best. So up until this point, this is all pretty good. So I should have developed my knight here. Yeah, okay. Again, wants me to develop the knight. And again, I messed this up. This is not the right move. So I should have taken this pawn. And I guess this comes with less issues than if you take it straight away, because, you know, in some positions when the bishop's still here, I think taking that's bad because it allows the bishop to develop to the square in one move, whereas now the bishop is here. So taking this is sort of forcing the bishop to move twice. And these pawns do a good job of sort of blunting the bishop. So at some point, black, probably best for them is to move back this way. like challenge this bishop, or even back here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is a good diagonal. But anyway, they played this, and I messed up. And this is just good for them now. So I'm slightly behind. Okay, so here, I should have just taken the pawn. Does that not run into this? It does, but it's an inaccuracy, apparently. Ah, I guess because I have this. Yeah, this is actually pretty good for me. Okay. So, we end up with even material. And I'm slightly better. So I could have salvaged that. Didn't spot that. Should always be aware of that, I guess, you know. When you've got this kind of a discovered defense against a square by moving a bishop, which can check. That should always be a pattern we recognize, I guess. Just didn't see it. Anyway, that didn't happen. I decided to take the knight off because I thought I had no choice. I thought, you know, that was the best way of saving the pawn. Turned out not to be so great. I'm now minus 1.6. And black, again, playing very strong. And here, I should have immediately developed the knight. So, I guess, if they come in like this, it's actually not the best for them. It's close to being a draw again. I can then play knight here. Claim the file. And it's now recommending g6. And yeah, looks playable. I didn't quite spot all that. I probably should have used more time, to be quite honest, because I got into a position that I was not that familiar with. And I still had 8 minutes left at the end, so time management is a big thing as well. This is almost -3. It's very bad. But they should have played bishop f6. This loses some of their advantage. But this just hung a piece. So I should have played here, queen d3. Yeah, so immediately threaten mate. So they have to do something about that. And then I can develop the knight where I want to develop it. Because I want it to go here. So yeah, I just missed a couple of crucial moves there. Should have definitely spent more time. Still losing, but we ended up getting into this position. This is -3, close to -3. This is a mistake. I should have immediately played this. I mean, really? What is this achieving? I mean, I'm not sure about this. You know, I was expecting some tactic to win at least a piece back or something, but we're down literally 2 pieces here. So I'm not sure why Stockfish thinks that's best. Should have played f5 immediately. Yeah, I mean, it's completely lost. I'm just playing on because you know, I'm not going to resign down a piece, and there's still potential attacks happening. But I'm playing a lot of inaccuracies. I should have gone here. I think I considered that, but I just thought this is slightly more active. Not sure. And yeah, they should have come in with the queen straight away. So now h4 is best. But they're, you know, they're getting close to getting into trouble here. I have 3 pieces bearing down on the king and the pawn, and that's the best approach. And that is the blunder. And now it's forced mate in 13. Wow. So they should have played this, and then it's still winning for them. And then they have to play this move to defend this, I think. I'm not sure they would have found that, because they were, I don't know, they were just sort of focusing on this side of the board a little bit and maybe thinking this doesn't work. He's not going to sacrifice a piece or something. So what would they have played here? I don't know, let's say they played rook in. Yeah, this is mate in 3. So I can take with the rook now, and yeah, it's forced mate. So even if they'd taken the correct way, they might have still run into that. But this is mate in 13. Wow. So, wow, nice. I got a brilliant move. I calculated that this doesn't work. Yep. That just doesn't work. So glad that I found this. And now it's mate in 2. So what they should have tried, bishop g5. How does that help? Like, are they creating some sort of escape square somehow? Is that the idea? f6. And the king's sort of trying to worm its way out. So this is all forced mate. Wow. I'm not sure I would have seen all this. I mean, this is just winning for me anyway, surely, because I'm now up material. So, yeah, I think this is winning regardless. But I'm curious about this mate in 13 sequence. It's kind of cool. Let's just play that out. Queen f4. Wow. All forced. Trade the queens. Oh, it's not a trade of queens, it's just winning the queen, in fact. Bring the last piece in. And then yeah. Wow. So the king started here and ended up here in that forced mate sequence. I'm not sure I've seen something like that before. That's kind of crazy. But that didn't happen. So where were we? They didn't find that. They just, I guess, went for this. They miscalculated. They were thinking, if I move the knight this way, with the discovery, they could just take the checking piece. And they missed this move. And yeah, it's just mate in 1. which I found. So yeah, that was a bit of a mixed bag, that game. Um, I would say, you know, I played okay to start with, but then I got myself into difficulties, and I'm a little bit struggling a bit with when to play this knight move to e5 in the London. And quite often when I've played it in games recently, it's not been the right move. So I'm going to have to be careful with that. My opponent got a little bit overconfident, I think. I think they just assumed they were going to win that. Never a good thing to do. My rating is now close to 1300, 1296. So that was a good comeback, a good win for me. I will not get away with that, though, against better players. Like, you can't give away pieces, pawns even, you know. So, more work to do. But we're still progressing upwards. That's the main thing. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.